right, we're here, guys. So we're live, and we are chatting with. We got Angie, Dell again.
Hi.
We got Ganna, and we got Blatheist, otherwise known as Jerome Paul. And we're just gonna sit and have a bit of a chat. So that intro song, that was taken from a Richard Dawkins speech. You probably know that because I've sort of kind of mentioned it. I literally wrote a total thing around his speech. He got it emailed to him, and he actually responded to me. You guys know Dawkins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, he was one of my guys as well, like going through the whole process of, I don't know, just understanding things, what's going on. And so, not that I was ever religious, but, just kind of making sense of everything. But anyway, I'm just going to chat to you guys, and I've got a few questions. And as I said to you before, Angie, I don't want you to feel left out because we did actually chat. It's probably about a month ago now. That we
2-3 weeks, something like that. Yeah,
I think it's about a month. So we had a bit of a chat, and I asked you kind of similar questions that I'm gonna chat to these guys about.
Yeah, and
so
I just keep turning up like a bad penny.
If you want to jump in and say something, just jump in, and we'll just have a chat. So I just relax and sit back. Just Friday night for you guys. It's Saturday for me, so I'm having a little glass of rosé and taking it easy. And you guys do the same. Cheers, big ears. Yeah, thanks for coming along, guys. That's great. But so Jerome,
yes, sir.
Self-described comedian in training. How's that going?
It's getting there. So far, it's still mostly just like stuff on the channel when I actually upload to the channel. But hopefully next week I'll be doing some open mics. So I'm gonna see how that goes.
In front of people, cool. That scares the shit out of me.
Like streaming or like live on stage? Because that's what I was
live on stage. Yeah, live on stage. Yep.
You're gonna give that a go?
Yeah. It'll be the second time. The first time I did it was in Korea, like right before the pandemic. So I haven't had a chance to go back on stage. And I was in Korea, had to drive all the way to Seoul from Pyeongtaek for anybody watching that knows what those places are. So it was like a 2-hour drive to get to Seoul, which is like the New York of the East. It's amazing. But get there and I'm doing my set. I'm killing it. And the 3 people in the room that spoke English loved it. So, yeah.
That's what I was just about. So you're in Korea. I'm thinking, okay, did they understand what you were saying? What was the situation with the language?
The 3 people that understood everybody else, like I was trying to get the crowd involved, and they were just like,
what?
What are you saying, mate? Don't understand.
That's great.
That's cool. So so you're
Ken, I can't hear you, baby.
No, I can hear you. You're fine.
Oh, I thought you were speaking. I'm insane.
Oh, no, I'm just making weird faces. You're fine.
We knew you were insane, Angie. It's all good.
You told me you wanted to be here. So
I'm a weird one. Okay.
Yes, you are correct.
Careful what you asked for.
That's all good. Hello, that's my wife. Hello. All right.
It's actually my moon tonight, by the way.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, and also a rap artist, Jerome. Do you? Well, you've got Blatant bars.
Yeah.
So
I've been rapping forever at this point. Like I was in like little groups and stuff when I was a teenager in high school. Like we were trying to get record deals and all this stuff. So I've been rapping for a while. Yeah.
It shows because you are freaking good at it, man. Like
I appreciate that.
When I do it, it's
I first heard it. It was a grumpy old dude. He was not around. Actually, I can't find him because I wanted to thank him because you did that song "Onus on Us."
Yep.
and he posted it. And I thought, oh, I'll go and check this out. Another artist, fellow artist, I'll go and have a listen to it. And I was just completely blown away.
And so I actually remember his comment on that video saying that I should check your stuff out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's how the connection happened. And I've been trying to get in contact with him for a while, but he's kind of out of the scene. I've got a friend here.
I don't know if his wife. I'll try to see if I can get y'all together.
Oh, yeah, there is a connection.
Amber comes on girls' night, so.
Okay. Nice. I don't want to bother him, but like even just to pass on the message, thanks for that, because Jerome and I have done a few things since then, and we got more things on the horizon, as we do like with everybody here.
Cool.
So, yeah, that was awesome. Actually, do you know what? Just hang with me for a second. No, not that one. Oh, here we go.
You know the blasphemy vibes. For the leader that sent out the children to lead, your followers fail. For the being traditionally known as the father, you childish as hell. Couldn't think of a way to come talk to his kids, all he thought of is hell. Makes sense, he doesn't exist, just something that's thought of as well. Oh man, no fuss to be given. That's a plate, I might take a few pennies. Don't invite me to sit to no service. I'm disrupting the sermon on purpose. Pointing out every racist perversion. Contradictions throughout every verse. Laughing off this inherited curse. They campaigning for taxing the church. We gotta be better informed, the guess that was here before history was written. It ain't much in the book that's worth reading. It's down here after in the beginning. Bet you think if I die and I won't go break down the new gates and they get to repeating. I would ask for a minute to speak with the Lord and tell him his plan and his shitty. No apologies gonna be heard. I won't have no one sorry to say.
I couldn't play all of it. I couldn't play all of it, right? But that is freaking awesome. When I heard that, I just thought, man, this that was just great. And so yeah, Angie, if you do, even just to contact him and say, hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
I will relay the message for sure.
Because it's been a good relationship since then. It's going
I don't know where he's at. My guess is he got kicked off of Twitter for a while or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a grumpy old dude. What do you expect? But
exactly, yeah.
I don't know that for a fact. So nobody take that as word or anything, because I haven't talked to her. She's been working.
No, I haven't seen. He used to be on a friend's show, Atheist Pastor. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. He's another Australian guy who I've met. Grumpy old dude used to be on his show regularly. It was like a weekly thing on a Friday night. Friday Night Six Pack, it was called. And I used to see him then. And since he's just kind of disappeared. And I spoke to my friend who is Atheist Pastor, and he said he's just not around. He's, a lot of people drop out of social media. They just don't want to kind of hang around it because it can be a little bit of a pain. So, but anyway, and also Jerome, just to continue on with you, a freaking good singer, man. Why is that not in your bio?
I don't know. Like that's one of the things that like it was something that I didn't have to practice. So it's not something that I really toot my horn about.
Yeah, right.
Like rapping, it didn't come natural. I had to learn that. Like the comedy stuff, I had to practice at that. Singing, I just I do voices. So starting to sing was just me emulating other people that sing. Like the first song I learned was an Usher song, and everybody said you sound like him. I was like, oh, I guess I can sing. That's cool. Like
Queen.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
The three songs that you sent me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because Jerome sent me a demo with like 3 songs. And I think you probably just sang them into your phone. And I was just, like that should be in your bio. You can seriously sing, So anyway, not trying to give you a big head here or anything.
Too late. Far too late.
We'll move on. So I was going to ask you if you've done any live stand up, but you were just saying you've done one in Korea, and you're going on to do some more. So that's good. So obviously, you have a stand-up routine ready.
I the issue I'm having right now is that, like, you know, for open mics, everybody say you bring a tight 5. I thought I had a tight 5 and it turned into a tight 20, so I have to figure out what I'm doing with that.
Ooh, gotta edit, dang it. That's the worst.
Yeah.
What's gonna end up on the
listen,
floor?
Isn't it good to have the 20 there just in case? Because you don't know how it's going to go down, do you?
Yeah. That's actually what happened the first time. Like I had like 50 minutes of material that I like fit into 5 minutes because it was my first time and I was so nervous. So every time I forgot something, I just reached for the next thing. So yeah, it worked out.
Oh man, I can't imagine that. Like I can get on stage and play guitar, stand up the back there and play, sing some harmonies. Like that's all good. But getting up there in front of an audience and trying to be funny, seriously, like
you know what really broke it for me? How afraid I was of telling everybody that I was an atheist. Like that thought to me was
that'll do
terrifying.
If you're being honest as a comedian, you have to say what you're all about.
Literally, like before I made my channel, before I posted my first video, I had to call my mom and say, "Hey mom, I need to tell you something." Just because I didn't want her to find out my son's an atheist on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like getting that out after that, it was like, oh, what? I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm just going to talk my shit. I don't care. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Mama still loves me, so you can go now.
I say that in like 5 songs that I've recorded. My mom doesn't care about what I believe, so why would I care what you think of me? I say that in like 5 songs.
Yeah. That's good because you're totally out there now. That was going to be one of my questions. And Ganna, we're getting to you.
Don't worry. Take your time. There's no rush.
You just relax there. I'm just being Ganna. There you go. So we will chat with you. But yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Jerome. Were you brought up religious? So you're from a religious background?
I'm from a religious background. Everybody that I know is pretty much still very much religious. So like this atheist community that I found online is my atheist community. So
yeah. Man, that's awesome. And I guess in America it's more of a thing for you guys than what it is here, because we were talking, Angie, a couple of weeks back. I was just saying, like, for us here, if you say you're an atheist, it's like, it's no big deal. Kind of most people just, and
I wish.
Next thing, whatever, you know. For you guys over there and coming from conservative states and whatever, it's like, it's quite a full-on thing, isn't it?
And it's even more prevalent in, like, the Black community, just because the way, like, the Black community is so connected to the church, just because like our history, like civil rights, all the meetings were in churches, all the community outreach came from churches. So Black and Christian goes hand in hand. So when you tell a Black person, yeah, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God, like they try to take your Black card for that, man. Like,
you can't function.
Like they will snatch your Black card for that.
And there are a handful of Black people out there that are atheists online that I have come across. That's how Blatant Bars came to be. Like I met him in a stream as well. We did a Juneteenth stream with Mikey. I know everybody knows Mikey Famine.
I love Mikey.
Yeah. So Mikey and Jenna put together a Juneteenth stream, and it was just a bunch of Black atheists just talking about not just the freedom of like celebrating Juneteenth, but then we have our extra freedom because we came out of this mental bondage. So yeah, it was a great one, and that's where I met Bars.
That's awesome, and it's I suppose it's kind of a movement, really, for you guys, isn't it? Which is I love it. That's just awesome, and keep doing those atheist songs, like the Blatant Bars are freaking awesome. I love it.
Part 2 is coming.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
That's why when you were playing the song, I don't know if you could see me when you were playing the song. I was like, oh, damn. Because I haven't heard it in so long. When I'm working on new stuff, I just completely push everything else to the side.
I'm the same. Like you move on to the next thing, you forget about the the old stuff. And yeah.
I've tried to rap, but I never quite figure out where the hell am I supposed to breathe.
I can get you there. I can get you there, Angie. 2 more streams, I'm gonna have you on the mixtape.
Because I know where to breathe. Like there's rests and stuff in the music. Where the hell am I supposed to breathe when I'm rapping? I can't. I just
2 more streams. I'm gonna have you on the mixtape, Angie.
Oh,
yeah, it is quite amazing. Do you know?
White girls should not just. Especially like all white ladies like me should not rap. It's almost like blasphemy, isn't it?
Hey, we're all blasphemers. It's all good.
That's how I would feel like, like I would be breaking some kind of rule or something.
Like my saying on, like, my intro to most of my songs is, the blasphemy vibes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it's so
Come
cool.
through, Angie. Come through.
Right, music.
Do you know what you were saying, Angie, about knowing how to breathe in between that? Because it is like rapping is just like fast. It's shotgun, like machine gun quick. Bah, 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 bah. Just an interesting thing, like Indigenous Australians play the didgeridoo. They have a technique where they breathe through the nose at the same time as they're blowing through the didgeridoo. So it's just a continuous note, non-stop.
There are some flute players that can do that too. I'm not one of them, but
the trick when it comes to rapping, though, the trick when it comes to rapping is writing in your breaths.
Yeah.
Like you write to the beat and you write right here. Just do this is going to be an ad lib. This is where I'm going to breathe. Okay, skip that, and then keep going.
And you would have to be able to take.
How long it took me to figure out that all the stuff that Michael Jackson was doing was the motherfucker was breathing. Sorry for my language, but it took me a while to figure that out. I try to start singing one of his songs to figure out that's where he breathes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way, language and everything,
for air.
Language and everything here is fine, right? Like, you want to smoke a cigarette, you want to do whatever.
This old church lady and he comes out when I swear in public still.
There's no issues.
Makes me go, excuse me.
Oh, come on now. You're a Texan. Come on now. You get them words out there. Come on now.
There are 12 churches in my town of 3,000 people.
Sounds about right. That's Texas. That's Texas.
You've got that accent down, Jerome.
Well, I lived there for quite some time. Folks come up to you and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" You get Southern hospitality, and it's like, "Hey, how are you?"
For a while when I lived in Houston, but it came back with a vengeance when I came back to East Texas.
My St. Louis accent is so different. Like I don't even hear it until I hear it, and I don't hear it unless I'm like talking to my mom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just be talking like this, and then hey, what's up? Yeah, y'all over there? Where?
Over yonder.
You guys' accent is so similar, but I suppose it's all Southern, isn't it? So
pretty much,
it's country. It's country. Yeah. That's what we call it. It's just
country for sure. That's country.
Because here in Australia, it's like accents don't change that much. And by the way, I've got a bit of a funny accent because I was born in Scotland, so I've got a hint of a Scottish accent as well.
That's what that is.
That's what it is. So I don't sound pure Australian. There's a bit of.
I was going to talk to you about that too because I need some advice on my Australian accent because there's a portion in my stand-up where I'm talking about how like education and media has died and like the world is just worse for it. And I do a bit where I'm talking about how like the world just got dumber after 2006. And that's the year Steve Irwin died. And it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Get down.
Steve Irwin.
So it starts off with me saying like, I miss seeing, like just turning on the TV and seeing, hello there. It's me again. That's Ross, Crocodile Warner. Today, we're going to have us a good time, aren't we? We're going to learn, we're going to discover, and we're going to have some fun most of all in it. Like, see, you like,
that was good.
Do you know what? Jerome, it wasn't too bad. It does need a bit of work. Because you got a little bit of Cockney in there, but
I know. And then I say, in it, see, like I gotta get the slang. I gotta get the slang because I do a British accent too, and it gets muddled. It gets
all muddled, yeah. But not too bad, man. I'm actually quite impressed with that. So nice work. We can talk about that. I can maybe help you with the Aussie accent. If you want to do an Aussie accent with a hint of Scottish in it, we can.
I just may.
But I'm gonna talk to Ganna. Where you going?
You thought you were safe, didn't you?
Not wrong.
Nobody's safe here. You can't escape. Sorry.
I signed up for this, I think.
You did sign up for this. So you just stuck here now. Hey, by the way, like no pressure. Anytime anyone's got something to do, you got to drop out. You got to do whatever you do, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, so Ganna, you are an artiste.
I am.
Well, we're all artists in one way or another. But you dabble in like a few different kind of things. So you do your little bit of animation. I've seen you do painting.
Yeah.
In at least one of your videos that I watched. And obviously you draw, you do cartoon characters and all that. But what would you describe yourself as? Artistically, what would you say that you are?
That's tough. Because I use everything. I have multimedia, everything. Even, I'll sculpt something, but I'll paint it. And then I'll draw a picture of it. So it's everything kind of combined. It's just... Yeah. Whatever people need, I can figure it out.
Yeah. Just it's a whole creative process. And Ganna's done like a bunch of drawings and stuff for me. Actually, I'll let you have a look at something. I had a series going, which I've decided, I think I want to aim at kids now. It's called the Utopians, and Ganna and myself did a couple of episodes, but there was just like so much effort and everything to put into it to make it happen. We kind of put it on the back burner, but it's sitting there. But here's
we're doing redesigns too right now. We still have the new characters.
Yeah.
And everything.
So we got a couple of things. We've got new characters, and I think I mentioned to you about a couple of ideas, because the whole thing of having assets and different things, they're ready to use in all different ways through the whole creative process is where I'm kind of heading. So I had the idea about the planet with the teardrop coming out, sort of symbolizing, the planet and climate change and everything, and a blue world, basically. I've got a song that I'm going to be putting out over the next few months anyway, which is called Blue World, and that would be perfect for that. But anyway, I digress. Here is a little bit of Ganna's work here. So Ganna created all of these characters herself and sent these. So the Utopians is basically a band.
Damn.
Oh, the little pixel sprites. I love those dudes.
It looks like the first RV we bought. It has some problems.
That's
dope.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So that's what.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And that's only part of it. If you go and check out her channel, and by the way, I should, which I haven't done yet, but I'll put everybody's channels in the description for this live stream after, because I didn't know who was going to be on or who wasn't. So when I put this together, I thought, okay, who's going to arrive? I didn't really know. So I thought it could just be me. You're talking shit. I might have played a couple of songs and picked up my
kitty.
Hey, little pussy.
It's my friend's cat. It just
my
walked up.
dog hears it. She's like, I hear that. Why the cat doesn't come out? We have a cat, but she lives in the back bedroom.
It never comes
dog
out.
is like, where's the cat? I heard a cat. That's cool.
Yeah, I've got a cat too.
That's real loud. This is Peanut, by the way. He's extremely obnoxious.
Is that one of your puppies? Yeah, because you had you
Yeah,
had a litter of puppies there.
this one was the runt. He still got the weird ears.
Yeah, we spoke about this before. I was going to ask, and this may not be so relevant to you, Ganna. I don't know, because I haven't really heard you kind of speak about having a religious background or anything like that. So was that a part of your bringing up as well at all, or?
Yes, my mom is really big into Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in what do you call it? AA courses. She's very into Jesus. Excuse me. It's part of her program for alcoholism and drug abuse. Right. So she's really into it. Really, really. I'm not. Yeah. And so we clash a lot with that. I like to play around with like witchcraft and paganism, but I don't.
I thought you were kind of along those lines. Yeah.
I am a little bit. I think it's fun and interesting, but I'm not like
totally committed to it or anything.
Yeah, it's fun, but I'm just living life. I'm a yoga teacher too.
Yeah.
So I don't practice Buddhism or anything, but I like the thought of just being mindful and aware of your body and you as a person and
absolutely.
That's kind of where my religious standing is. You
well, it's kind of spirituality, I suppose. It's for me like secular spirituality. I get that, because things like meditation and things like that, like yoga and all those things, they're all kind of to do with meditative type approach to things, and I think that is absolutely of a benefit,
things that actually have a use.
Yeah, a lot of people go through that stage. I know I went through that sort of for a little while, where I was, I definitely don't believe in the Bible God, but maybe there is still a God out there, and maybe that maybe I'm not just this bag of meat and bones, and still looking for some sort of something. And that's when my daughter and I said, we'll just start calling it Carl instead of God. So it's oh my Carl, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I know you have
ghost hunting for a while. That was fun.
I know. Oh, actually, do you know what? I haven't even checked in the chat yet to see if anyone's kind of commenting.
Nobody's in chat. I'm watching it. So
bloody hell!
If they're in there, they're not talking.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just have a chat anyway. It doesn't matter. Religious background. I was going to ask, like so you obviously believed at one time.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly. And so I was going to ask about your deconversion from that, how you came out of that.
So it's a long story. So I had someone close to me who was going through a crisis of faith. And like, this is like after years, like, because once I joined the Air Force, I don't know if people know too much about basic training, but they pretty much fully indoctrinate you if you weren't already a Christian. Like they give you extra break time to go to church. So of course I'm going to church. We called it Grilled Cheese and Jesus Sundays. That's what we call it. Because we finally get to get some grilled cheese instead of all this healthy crap. And then we go to church and we get to have fun and sing all the happy songs. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was a Christian my entire life. I was brought up Christian, but the military like made it like solid. That was the solid foundation. So once I got out of that, I kept like getting deeper into it, started going to church. And then at that point, I had someone close to me who was having a crisis of faith. So I began studying the Bible more on my own with like no lesson plan or anything, just studying, trying to give them something to grasp onto. Like, you know what I mean? And the more I read, the less I had to grasp onto. It's like, what is this? Yeah. That's not what you said. Like I'll be running back memories in my head. Like, that's not what Pastor said. Pastor, no, this ain't right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I started
and things starting to pop up.
Yep. Yeah. Then I started going through like the actual history of the Bible, how it was written, how it was rewritten, learn the history of Constantine and the Romans and all this stuff. And then what really solidified it is I started watching atheist comedians, because I just wanted to see, okay, what's so funny? What's so funny? Yeah. Let's see. And I was laughing. And then I wanted to start watching atheist debates. And what I ran across was just a compilation of Matt Dillahunty taking calls. And like the whole point of me watching this was I can hear the Christians call in with the good word and use my confirmation bias. Like I wasn't saying that, but that's what it was. Like I thought the Christians were going to devour this atheist. Like, let's get it. What you got, Mr. Dillahunty? Yeah, go for it.
The other way around.
And an hour into it, it's like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I'm going to hell because I don't agree with any of y'all. I'm going to hell. So yeah, that started it. Yep, that was the start. And then it just kind of like one day, I don't even remember what the day was. It was just one day. Like I think I was playing video games, like just sitting in the living room alone, and it just clicked. It was like, I don't believe in God. Just keep on playing.
So how long did that take? So it played on your mind for what?
That took a good year. That was that whole process I just explained. Like after the friend having the crisis to the point where I said I don't believe in God, that was about a year. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But when it happened, it was just like
it just clicked. Yeah, it just literally clicked. Like it wasn't even something that triggered it. Like I was literally just playing video games and just had a random thought. Like I think the thought was like something about hell or like maybe I need to be doing more. And then I was like, but why? I don't think I believe in God.
Yeah.
And just go back to 2K after that.
That is really interesting that you say that because I'm writing a song. Okay? I think it's going to be called Invisible Magical Deities. Ooh. Right? I've got a chorus for it. But what I did is I put it out there and spoke to a few people who had gone through deconversion and had been really religious. And one of the guys who got back to me said, and I'm going to use it as part of the lyrics, he said it was like a slow burning fuse. And then when it happened, it was like a flash. So it was there kind of simmering away, mind's ticking over it. And then all of a sudden it just went, I don't believe it. So that's
the door just opened. It's like, yo. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, my entire life, like I said this in one of my videos, the double-edged sword of being a fairly intelligent person is you're always smart enough to fool yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always. So I could always logic my way through any inconsistency that I found in the Bible when I was like really, really in it.
Yeah.
Like I would see like, okay, the creation theory doesn't make any sense. Like I believe in evolution. So God must have used evolution. We can't see it. God did it. Like everything was somehow brought back to God did it.
Connected to God. And I suppose in some ways kind of an easy explanation or it's a cop out in a way. It's just kind of saying, well,
it helps you. It's when you're up at night and you can't sleep because you have all these big questions and the wheels are turning. God did it. Helps you just
Yeah. Yep. To go to sleep.
Yeah. Go and let God, and then I'm gonna take a nap. Yeah.
Exactly. Let go and let God. Yep, you are country. I get so tired of it.
And nothing happens and nothing changes. And God, why are you mad at me? What did I do wrong?
And then when you finally get off your ass and do something really big that changes your entire life, God did it.
Yeah.
He doesn't come when you call, but he always on time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess you can always kind of pass the buck on to God as well. And, it's a fallback thing. It's just something that's always there, just to say, oh, that happened because
you only count the hits. You don't count the misses.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Jacqueline Glenn would say, that happened because gold. That was a bad Southern accent, by the way. Gold. But look, the reason that I talk about that is because I think religion and conservatism are so closely related. They're almost one. They go hand in hand. And I mean, like conservatism's just responsible for so many of the freaking issues that's happening on the planet. And it's all religious kind of based.
Mm-hmm.
and what's happening in America at the moment, because we watch American politics. I do, most definitely.
I would not recommend. 1 star. 1 star. I would not recommend.
Do not recommend.
Yeah, it's almost entertainment. I just watch what's going on there, and some of the characters that are there are just unbelievable, you know. And your last president, just like,
oh God,
what the fuck, man?
So
he was a very fine president. He was a very fine president with huge hands, a very fine man, a very, very fine man. Okay.
All the best
Okay.
You nailed that. There you go. There you go. You absolutely nailed that. You're
4 years of practice. Couldn't turn on the TV without seeing him, so I had to learn the voice.
Yeah, exactly. He was there for 4 years. You were looking at it every day. But,
it felt like 16. I don't know if anybody else feels it. It felt like it was a good 16 years, like this dude just every day.
It was a
living in America, I could imagine it would have felt like 16. In Australia, it felt like about 8, I guess.
The crazy thing is, for 3 of those years, I was in Korea. It still felt like 16 years.
Because that's all they can talk about. Yeah, anywhere, literally everywhere.
Because it's very
remarkable worldwide. Yes.
Yeah, it's very censored in Korea, isn't it? So where, North or South Korea?
Oh, I was very far south. No,
yeah, North we don't Korea go. It's like heaven.
I don't even.
Yeah, South
Korea.
Your
leader. We worship you all day.
Yeah, I would not set foot in North Korea. I don't think I would have been able to leave.
No. Yeah, that's a scary place. That's next level. Like, they believe that their leader is literally a spiritual, like a god or something.
He doesn't have an anus. He doesn't have an anus.
He doesn't poop.
Oh, unbelievable.
I don't know why that's the funniest thing to me, because, like, why would that be an attribute that's great? He doesn't have an anus. Like oh my God. Like,
his breath couldn't be that good, really. And he should probably be a bit fatter.
He's never bowled a bad game. He always bowls perfect games.
He hits holes in ones regularly, apparently, playing golf.
What? Like what?
Like,
why would that be the thing, though? Like, here's the thing. Like, if I'm going to worship somebody, like, make fire appear out of you have to be Goku. If I saw Goku fly out of the sky and smash a car and then Kamehameha the building next to him, worship.
Yeah.
If I see somebody walking down the street and he just stops and says, "Hey, I don't have an anus," like, okay, dude, like what are you talking about, bro?
Step away from the crack pipe, please.
Along, like, yeah. I'm God. Yeah, right, man.
What are you talking about, dude?
As you say, Goku, yeah, different story. He's up in the clouds.
Completely
he's down, he's firing lightning, and he's like,
I'm worshiping the hell out of that dude.
Him, yeah.
I'm lending him my energy for the spirit bomb. Whatever you need, sir. But you don't have an anus? No, dude, I don't care.
Matter of fact, I feel sorry for you a little bit.
Right, that's got to be
uncomfortable.
You've got to use that. That's good. I like that. That's good material. Yeah, so look, I suppose I should get to the song, like, kind of yapping, which I love. It's like, it's freaking awesome just chatting, but I'm keeping an eye on the time. 2:40. So, yeah, what I was going to do, and just let me say, anything that positive that happens comes from progressives.
Yep.
Which is my point about conservatism and religion. It holds everybody back. And even conservatives don't realize that what they think is acceptable now wasn't acceptable 50 years ago. So back then, that was a progressive position. It's now the conservative position. Progressives are pushing to go forward again.
Yeah.
Conservatives are trying to hold it back. They want, don't say gay. They want, you can't have an abortion, blah, 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 all of those different things. Holding society back, and even trying to take it backwards to rights that people already had, and obviously women in particular with the abortion thing. And they want to take it backwards. So everything that comes good comes from progressive thinking. So I'm guessing everybody here is pretty progressive and is all about moving forward. So
yeah, sounds good.
I'm a lefty.
Yeah, I'm totally a lefty, man. And look, you get an impression by looking at people's social media and the things that they say and the comments and who they follow and whatever. And I got that impression pretty much.
It took me 40 years to figure it out, but I finally did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes most people a while. Like with me, I've always been like progressive, but there were things that I didn't know were horrible. Like when in my neighborhood growing up, like the Black community just doesn't do LGBTQ. Like they don't. So when I was growing up, I was still taught like people are people. There's nothing wrong with it, but I would still say ignorant things like I don't mind gay people, just don't try to talk to me. Just don't try to holler at me, like stuff like that. I didn't realize how ignorant that was.
I didn't.
So everybody has to grow out of it. So you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of offhanded discrimination. It's almost casual. Oh, I don't mind if you're gay, just don't talk to me.
Yeah.
It's
it's like, why are you even assuming that they want to talk to you? Like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So all of those things, for sure. You know what I was going to do, guys, because the whole idea behind this Utopia Dreamin' is things like that. It's talking to people from the community and speaking about ideas. Essentially, Utopia Dreamin' is dreaming of a better world, and looking towards the future and issues that we have now, and how we could potentially make that better. So that's kind of everything that I'm about as an artist.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I want to get people who have different experiences, come from different backgrounds, because I can't live your life, right? But I can speak to people online. I can meet you guys. You're all in America. And I just love being able to get that information from people who live it, and that gives me so much for being creative and writing that into songs. Like this is kind of what this is all about. But what I wanted to do, it was something a little bit different, because the last interview that we had, Angie, it was just basically talking to you and asking questions. What I want to do is to pick a song, because all my songs are topically about something, something quite important. So what I want to do is to pick a song like each time we do a stream and talk about a particular topic. So the idea I have is that I want to talk about this song, the latest release that Jerome was involved in, and it's called I Know You Will Know. I'm not going to play it because it's just too long. So, but we'll go through the lyrics and just talk about the kind of topics that it brings up. Everyone's kind of cool with that.
Okay.
So Jerome knows this. He's involved in the song. Okay. So lyrics. Song's called I Know You Will Know. And I'm going to kind of get people's own personal experiences while we kind of go through it. And I won't drag it out. I'm not going to keep everybody here forever. But anyway, so the lyrics. Jerome, this is a song that we just put out. So we got down, we stood up straight. That line is about evolution. That's what it's about. And I wanted to ask, your experience in schools there in America, were you taught about evolution? Did that kind of come up, or?
Yeah. Not like in much detail, but like they showed us the models and stuff.
Yeah.
In public school, yeah.
Okay. So it's not, I mean, I know you didn't go to creationist schools or anything like that.
I went to one my senior year, but that's because I got kicked out of public school. I was bad.
Angie, you're a rebel.
Made me go to church school, y'all.
She's a rebel.
The best education I ever got, though, they made me go from Genesis to Revelation with a workbook. And I'm just like, this shit doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah.
You know, what in the world is this book? And yeah, I still felt for it later, but I had my doubts senior year.
Yeah. Do you know what? I mean, to me, the Bible is Darwin's book on evolution. What's it called again? I've lost the name of it.
I'm sorry, you said
All on Species, I believe.
Yeah, the origin of species.
Yeah.
I mean, there's your real Bible right there, because that's the truth. So yeah,
you know what amazes me? Like, I came to realize, like, a modern grad student studying just basic biology would blow Darwin's freaking mind.
Yeah,
like, he's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, we've come really, really far since Darwin. Yeah. That's why I love when Christians are like, yeah, you praise Darwin. Like, no,
not really.
Book, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because it's
he does have an anus though, so I may start praying to him. So we don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had that big beard and everything. He kind of looks a bit godlike, you know. He's got that thing going on. Yeah, but anyway, so we'll just keep going through. Right, so that was the first line, and took a look around and went our separate ways. We travelled far and for oh so long. We walked out of Africa, far from home. That verse it's about the Great Migration, right? Because essentially we all came out of Africa. So did you guys kind of learn about that as well? I mean, really, I wasn't kind of aware of that, I don't think.
I learned that, I think, my senior year in high school.
Right.
Yeah, he's much younger than me, so no, we didn't know that stuff when I was in, eighth grade.
Angie, we're the same age, so
yeah. So we didn't know exactly as much as we do now, but it always made sense to me. And of course, as a younger person, I asked the science teacher, well, how do you explain the whole Adam and Eve thing? Well, that's just God's way of telling the story. But, the book says to God, 1,000 years is a day. So time is irrelevant to God. So even if evolution turns out to be true, God did it, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I lived in a completely insulated world. I didn't know atheist was even a thing. So, yeah.
That reminds me of a funny story. Like, when I was like fully into church, this is after the Air Force, like I was in church every Sunday, some Wednesdays, like I was in church. So we were in Bible studies, right? We were in Bible studies, and like they were talking about creation and how like time started. And I was like using that logic my way through, because I believe the Big Bang is a thing. Yeah. But of course, the Big Bang was discovered by a Catholic priest. Right. Yeah. So the Big Bang was actually discovered by a priest in the Vatican using their tools. Yeah. So when they're talking about this, I brought it up. I'm like, yeah, it must be the Big Bang, because God kind of gave this to this priest. And now science is, and I remember like the guy that was leading the class, blank face.
Yeah.
The entire room completely quiet. And he just said, we're going to put a pin in that, and just kept doing this thing. I was like, well, shit, dude. Like,
yeah. They're so willfully ignorant. It's like, it's making a decision to just go with your bias and just say, I know the proof's all there, but I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just going here. Gold.
I really thought that was going to be the end right there. I was like, yeah, but a Catholic priest discovered this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
maybe because it was a Protestant church. Maybe that's why Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it. But that's quite amazing, because there are a few Christians or religious people who were actually really good scientists.
Yeah.
And I mean,
which I'll never understand. I will never understand.
They contradict each other totally.
People are religious because they're scared.
Yeah. That's how they fall asleep, I guess. That's how they turn it off. It's the only way.
It's all about fear.
It is all about fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And that's where they get their morals from as well. It's out of fear. It's not out of, because we all basically feel what's good and bad. You can feel it in your emotions and whatever. You just know you don't want to hurt anyone, or the golden rule is just a human rule. It's not a religious thing, and it goes back before religion. I
think it's Ricky Gervais that has said that line a few times, and I just love the line so much. And somebody asked him, like, well, you're an atheist. If I was an atheist, I'd be out murdering and killing and raping all the people that I want to. And his response was, well, I do rape, kill, and murder all the people that I want to. I just don't want to do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He does really well. Yeah. Yeah. He's a great comedian.
He was one of the guys that, I started watching and was like, oh shit, he's making too much sense. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Absolutely. It's just so rational. Like, you just listen to it and you just know. Yes, you're right. And whenever you get religious guys talking, you just know, guys, you're talking around in circles. It's just bullshit. Like, please be straight to the point.
Well, that's how they make their living, so many of them. And there's levels. I know Jerome knows what I'm talking about. There's levels in church. Like, you got the baby Christians over here. You got the women's group. You got the older ladies who been in the church forever. You got the pastor and his class and his, and there's like a hierarchy. And you can move up, even as a woman, you can move up to a certain point. And you
so far you can go up.
You can teach the women and the children. You can't teach no men in no classes, but you can teach the other ladies, and you can go to prison and teach anybody you want. I found that out. I could I wanted if I went.
I would just send the women to prison,
and they're all looking for Jesus in there because that's a good way to get the fuck out.
Yeah,
which that was the first domino. The real first domino was I was doing that prison ministry, and I got a hold of one of the chaplains one day, and he's like, "They're not in there to get saved. What are you talking about?" It's like,
it looks really
why
good.
am I doing this? Am I not? But you get to a certain level, and I did, and somebody said to me, "Yeah, we know it. You can't. I know it doesn't make sense, but this is how we make our living, and we don't rock the boat."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and it's like, fuck, it's all about the money. It's all about the control and making people think and believe and vote the way you want them to.
Yeah, because it's a career choice, isn't it? Really, I mean, it's like the televangelists who are making millions.
God himself told me he wasn't real, so that was my last domino. On the floor, squalling and bawling, "Dear God, help me with my faith. Why can't I believe anymore?" And blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "I can't help you. I'm not real. Grow the fuck up and move on with your life." That is, I heard the literal voice in my head that I had always claimed God's talking to. No, it's your own damn
voice of God. That it was your
voice. He was angry at you because you didn't call him Carl. If you would say, "Carl, help me," he would have helped.
This was before Carl. I found Carl later. And I gave up on Carl when I went ghost hunting and couldn't find any. So.
But so like getting back to that, like, if you understand things like the Great Migration, the fact that we all come from Africa and then we all traveled around the world, like, people are so much about borders and blocking people's. Trump's big thing, don't let Mexicans in, blah, blah, blah. We're all trying to block everybody. Essentially, if you want to go far enough back, none of us have any rights to anywhere. We all came from Africa, and I think it was Ethiopia.
You know why Donald Trump hates brown people, right? Because they make him look even oranger.
I was going to guess.
That's a good point. Why is he so orange?
I just made that up right now on my head.
What's?
I never do that. It hit me.
But look, it's that point. It's like there are no borders, and if people kind of understood that, if you want to go far enough back, we are all essentially the same.
Look at us. We look the same.
The difference is
you don't even have to go that far back. You can just actually go to places. Like when I went to Korea, I really learned like, oh shit. So like y'all, like I know you said we can curse, but you're gonna have to excuse my language because this is my initial thought. Like I just looked around like, oh, y'all just do nigga shit. Like this is just all nigga shit. Like, I love it here. Like,
I get mad at myself when I laugh like that. So.
I love that, Jerome, and you're allowed to say that, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, and look, this is another lyric in the song, isn't it? It's all our differences, circumstance, superficial, all by chance. Like our differences are so superficial, you know. Did you guys ever get into Christopher Hitchens?
Yes, that's my boy.
Not too deep. Yeah, he was brilliant, mate. He liked to talk and debate. Master debater. That maybe didn't sound so good, master debater. But anyway, yeah, just brilliant to listen to. And I think it was him that said, like, when we came from Africa, way back, however many, I'm not even going to say because I'm going to sound ignorant, but however long.
You can't go past 6,000 years because that's how old the earth is.
You can say millions and be safe.
Okay, it was about 6,001 years ago. Okay?
Impossible.
Yeah. But, I mean, we literally got down potentially to about 1,000 people. We almost became extinct. We almost didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like all of us came from that little group of people. Like, we're literally almost brothers and sisters. Like, seriously. I mean, family or have a connection in some way. So the differences that we have now are
this
just.
This is why we need aliens.
Official.
This is why we need aliens to come so that everybody will stop looking at each other like we all look different. Because they'll be looking at, you know, Bug Man or Lizard Man or whatever and going, holy shit, we all do look the same because we sure don't look like that. You know, the ears are all in the same place. The eyes
are all aliens are going to come. I don't think
we all have the same number of fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Come on.
Aliens are going to look at this planet and like,
Oh, I think they already have. I think we're like a pit. We're like a
I think we're a reality show. I think Rick and Morty got it right. We are a reality show to the rest of the cosmos.
It's very likely that they fly by on their little cruise ships every so often and look what this is what the Earthlings are doing this century.
Yeah.
They have tour buses.
Idiots. Look at the little ants crawling each other up. You know, it's just depressing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's extraterrestrial tour buses that just fly by.
Yep. Party bus, disco
Keep
ball.
your hands in the window, dear. They will take you. You see what they did to the blacks. Keep your hands in the window.
Yeah. Keep us safe.
No, you can't go down there. You have to stay with the ship. They'll probe you if you go down to the planet.
But it's so true, isn't it? Look, whether aliens exist or not, like, who knows? Ganna, what's your opinion on aliens? I think that's probably more your territory. Yep.
I love aliens.
I love aliens. I want aliens to come down.
Aliens,
yeah.
I want them.
Here, like, do y'all remember a few years ago when everybody was supposed to storm Area 51?
Yeah.
Like, you remember it started so wholesome. We were going to free ET. Like, we had all these plans. And then, like, a week out, every single person was talking about we're going to be clapping alien cheeks. It's like, what? Wait.
Yeah.
When did the turn happen?
Yeah.
Nobody told me. Like, what happened? I thought we were going to do Naruto runs towards Area 51. They can't kill us all. Now we clapping alien cheeks? This is why they won't come. This is exactly why they won't come.
This is why they won't come and why the pictures are always blurry. Like Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I ain't messing with you all. You've evolved into this ridiculousness and I don't want you. Yes.
It's all about that balance between open-mindedness and skepticism. It's about having a good balance because keep an open mind. There's a quite a reasonable chance that there are aliens. The fact that they live so many light years away, in all likeliness, we're in our lifetime are definitely not going to see them. Whether future people could see them, whether there's technologies that allow us to travel and blah, 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 whatever, maybe down the track. So, I mean, potentially there are aliens out there. You keep the open mind, but by the same token, you don't become a conspiracy theorist and say, oh, yes, they're among us now. And they're, affecting the politics. you know, all of that type of thing.
I think they're supposed to be advanced, and if they're advanced, they would know better than they want to be among us in any way, shape, or form. In our current situation, they'd be like, "Nah, we don't want to step in that dude."
I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that gave a speech on alien life coming here and how they would just easily wipe us out and then just kind of like terraform our planet within a week. And it was like, oh, I don't want to meet them anymore. Thanks, science guy. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather it be quick like that than, you know, like chain us up for labor or something. It's like, no, I don't want to work on your spaceship.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they did that? Like, just had us all as their servants. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, a higher technology.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind like serving a few drinks if you let me see space. Just let me see space. I'll serve you the drinks.
Well, maybe you should be out with Jeff Bezos. He will take you out there.
Oh no, I don't want. Nah, I don't want to be anywhere around that alien. That's one alien I don't want to be in a room with.
he actually could be true. He could be the alien. Maybe there are aliens among us. Because when you look at some of those rich fuckers, man.
Oh, Elon is an alien. There's no question that Elon is an alien.
There's something wrong with that man.
Like just the way he talks. He's South African, right?
Yeah, he's South African. Yeah.
What is his accent? What is it?
He's got a mix. I think he was born in South Africa. Yeah, he's got a mix. Obviously, been living in America for
it's just rich. His accent is rich. He has a wealthy accent. That's it.
Yeah. Because they're well traveled and they pick up everything from everywhere. Yeah, you're right. It's a rich accent. Yeah, for sure. It's an entitled accent. But anyway, I'm just working through these. Yeah. For a while, we'll settle down, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know how we got to aliens, but that was fun.
I don't know, but this is what I love. Like, this is the whole point. Like, let the conversations go on and take it wherever. Like, it's about talking. Like, and being creative, you know. Superficial all by chance. We're all the same people, essentially. And the middle eight of that song, Jerome, pretty much sums it up for me. It goes like this.
Yeah, use your eyes, know yourself, realize, understand, and empathize. We could learn to feel the world with love.
Now, can that dude sing or what?
Nice.
Like,
I just realized that my beard looks the same. I shaved and regrew it since then. It's the exact same length. Nothing's changed.
Hey, you're like my son. He's 28. So I don't know how old you are. You roughly be around there. I think
34. I have to keep reminding myself. After 30, you stop counting.
Yeah, I'll try being 56, mate. Like that's when you don't just stop counting. You just forget how old you are. Right?
Like my mom had to tell me because I was like, yeah, no, I'll try to like do something for my birthday. Am I gonna be 35? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, but you'll start counting again in your 40s because you're gonna be like, well, I'm getting closer and closer to that discount, man.
I like this.
Oh yeah, pancakes. Discount pancakes.
At Golden Corral,
yeah.
All kinds of places where you get 10% off for being old.
That's gonna be the new club for me.
Yeah,
that's the way you go, and it goes pretty quick, doesn't it? Angie?
It really does.
How fast does it go? And I feel so young. Like I went out with my kids last night, and they were playing. My two oldest boys, they've got a duo thing happening. It's all original. They do perform with their own backing music, samples and stuff. So we went and watched them last night, and just hanging out with them and their friends, and that was fucking awesome. Like, cool. And I feel a total part of that. And you just realize, 56, man. Like, where did that come from? How did that happen? But
I still got a month to go before I hit 56.
Party
you counting for real, for real?
You're just a youngster, Angie. What the hell?
October babies rule. No, I'm just kidding.
My son's an October baby.
I guess I'm just
the best babies are born in October.
So from that line, that last little snippet that we just played of Jerome singing that middle eight, right? Can I just make these points? Tell me your thoughts. If people cared enough about science and facts, if we were more self-aware and honest about our own imperfections and our hypocrisy, we would have more empathy. We would all be more understanding. We would all be more accepting of one another. Science unites and religion divides.
Amen, brother.
Yep.
For sure, man. Like, seriously.
Right?
That's what it's all about. And it's about unity. It's about us all, you know, being together. It's what this whole creative thing's about, guys. And I just love having you guys around. I've got more stuff happening with you, Jerome. Ganna, we're doing more stuff. Get me a planet with a teardrop.
I am working on the animations that you put down in the Twitter chat. I am working on those. Whenever
you get the chance, because there's no pressure, guys. There's no pressure, you know. And Angie, I'm going to get you to do some vocals too. Look, it's been about an hour, and I guess I'm kind of trying to keep it to that. I just love talking with you guys. In finishing up, do you guys have anything that you're all doing that you want to shill? So we'll start with you, Angie.
No, I'm not. Like, I started doing stuff on my channel when I first came around it, and you know what? Seriously, I don't want it to be my job. It's just not fun. It wasn't fun anymore, and I was like, no. And I'm not gonna learn things that I don't really care about, like video editing and things like that, to make it better. So I was like, nah, screw it. I still put stuff up on my channel sometimes. It's still there. Y'all can go back and watch old episodes of Ask Granny, which are dumb as fuck.
No, you had some good ones. Some of those early ones, when I first started following,
some of them were okay, but I don't know where my ego.
You don't have to do it anymore. We click just to hear you talk.
I wanted
like
to
we literally click just to hear you talk. You don't have to add anything.
Music, because I can't make my own music. I can only sing other people's music, and so I can't do music on YouTube, and that's why. All the music that I do have on there is already been copyright tagged. Like, okay, if you ever get monetized, we are not going to pay you on this one, you know.
Which is why Angie,
take it down, because we know it's not really the artist singing it. We can tell it's you.
Which is why you have to write your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know about that.
Oh my God.
You're a bit slightly up. Come on. And you did. You write that?
No, I didn't. You know what? I sang that damn song until I hated it. And I thought it sounds stupid. I can't believe this came out of my brain. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I look at it now and go, oh my God, what were you thinking?
I'll say that about everything I've put out, except for the thing that I'm working on currently. That's the artist. Angie, you're an artist.
Music. I can create.
You're an artist. I'm telling you, you're an artist.
I can't play
everything that I've put out before the thing that I'm currently working on. I hate it. I hate the sound of my voice. I hate my cadence. I'm dead serious. That's what artists do. We pick apart our shit.
I get it, but
you're an artist. You're not a musical
artist. The music part.
It is like it's part of the process, isn't it? Because you're always improving. You're always hating the shit you did before and moving on to the next thing. It doesn't matter. You put it out there.
What's in my head, because I can hear that song in my head.
Listen, and they can appreciate it while you move on and do something else.
Just keep doing it. Keep going.
Yeah, I gotta keep doing my karaoke and my cover songs, because that's what I'm best at. That's what I'm good at.
You are good at that, and I could play Purple Rain.
I love doing backup vocals. If you need pips in the background of any of your videos, somebody to go ooh ah doo doo kitty, you know, anything like that, you just give me a holler, because I'll help you up with that stuff.
I don't have any songs that have doo doo kitty in it at the moment. I'll keep you in mind, and I will give you a holler. All right, if something comes up. No, I'm gonna get you in, Angie, on some things. Well, we've done stuff before.
Yeah, you sent me that other one too, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to you on that, but
it's fine.
Was not.
It's social media.
Yeah.
Like, we're all just talking and putting shit out there, like whatever. You know, respond, don't respond.
Why can't the girl that's already singing it?
It doesn't matter. It's all good.
It's all good. I have zero confidence, in case you could. Like, I am not big in the confidence.
I really honestly don't know why.
Because I was abused. Okay, so that's the best answer. My mother was a heinous bitch, and I'm afraid of balloons. So what am I gonna do?
Fair enough. We'll go with that. But anyway, you do your girls' night in. That's your thing, Angie.
Yeah. That's Saturday night.
You just get your group, and it's just basically the girls sitting around having a bit of a chat.
We just sit around and talk about stupid crap because we get sick of all the politics and the religion and stuff. So we talk about. Yeah. We sound like a bunch of dudes sitting around a campfire most of the time.
Yeah.
Cutting up at farts and things like that.
Hey. Nothing's complete without a good fart.
Farts are funny. I don't care how old you are.
They're always funny.
I don't care what church you go to. I don't care what color your skin is. Farts are funny.
Or what age you are. 3-year-olds laugh at farts.
Of course.
80-year-olds laugh at farts.
Babies even laugh at their own farts, and that's so funny.
So that's a fair point. So you need to get some fart jokes in there, Jerome, in your
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So he's a dude. Fart jokes come naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, true. It's a part of our makeup. We all get it.
Folks don't expect a demure Southern woman like myself to say such dirty things.
I know. You're a disgrace, Angie.
Oh, I'm just trashy as all hell.
Lady, I mean,
promise. Mama sent me to finish in school, but it didn't do no good.
Oh, I think it did pretty damn good. I think it did the trick.
It didn't work for you, Angie, but anyway.
Now, if I had to meet the president or the queen or excuse me, the king or whatever, I could pull it off. I remember how the forks go on and what the little bowl of water is that you put your fingers in. I know what all that stuff is.
Hey, that's an interesting thing.
I could properly set the table and all that for the queen.
The whole queen thing. Like I'm not a monarchy because we're part of the Commonwealth in Australia. Yeah. And I'm not monarchist at all. I think the whole thing's an elitist wank, to be honest.
It's weird.
And I don't know, Americans look at it and just think, what the fuck, man? What's with this royal shit? This is ancient. This is a kind of tradition we need to get rid of. Put it in the past. Come on, progressives, move on, move forward, you know? It didn't really affect me, the whole queen thing. I think she had a pretty privileged life and lived to was she 95, I think?
96.
96? She had it pretty freaking good for a freaking long time.
When she died, I just heard the voices of my ancestors speaking. So I had no remorse whatsoever.
Yeah. And I get that, Jerome. I totally get that, you know?
It is about time that she left this world. All the places she has colonized. It is about time, huh?
Right?
It is about time. That's all I heard in my head. Like, okay, cool.
I'm not going to lie. That's one of the things that struck me the hardest after I deconverted was how could there possibly be Black Christians? Like, how did they not realize the total fucked upness of that?
Yeah.
Did they know how they got that in their head in the first place? Like, the horror of it to me is depressing as hell.
Well, it's in
kick out of atheistic colors.
Christian missionaries going to different countries, like over here in Australia, the islands, so Tonga and places like that, Samoa, they're all very religious. And who did it? White guys, missionaries going over and telling them
people.
Now they're more religious than all the white dudes.
Portuguese.
The white dudes are kind of saying, well, I'm not so sure about all this God shit, you know?
Yeah.
And these poor,
Believe or die is pretty convincing, though.
Hey?
Like, believe or die is a pretty convincing argument.
I mean, like, you started off with fear, but the reason you see so many minorities that are more into it than the people that pretty much indoctrinated them in the first place is because it's the only hope for a set of people that don't have anything.
Yep.
Like if that's the only hope you have, you hang on to it.
Yep.
But if you wake up every day to satin sheets and shit, like, oh, what the fuck I need God for? You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
That is right. And look, in that way, I kind of, religion does save certain people that are really down and out and struggling. So for that reason, I say, fair enough, man. If that's the way you get out of your shit, you find God, good luck to you, you know? All the best.
But in most cases, it hinders. Because you just keep waiting. That hope just makes you stay right there and wait for that deliverance instead of saying, "No, fuck this, I'm fighting."
Yeah, you can never grow up. Yeah. You can never grow up.
We're all essentially middle class, working class kind of people, I'm assuming. So we're all in a position to kind of say, well, you know, I'm not sure about this. I've got to think about this whole God thing. You know. And as you say, there's a little bit of privilege there. We're in a position to do that. But there are people that really struggle that kind of don't know how to argue with that and grasp onto it as a savior thing. So look, fair enough. I'll cop that. I'll accept that. But overall, Jerome, agreed. It's not doing anybody any good because it's just a big fucking lie. So that's the bottom line. It's not true.
Well, there's good people everywhere. There's good people in church. There's good people that are atheists. And
there are good people on both sides.
Yeah,
on both sides there are great
there
people.
And there's also some really shitty people on both sides. I love you. Very toxic atheists that I have removed from my life in the last couple of years. So I'm like, I just don't need that. I don't want to join a club. I don't want to be in the atheist club. I left a club. I don't want to be in your club. There shouldn't even be a fucking club. You know, why is there a club?
I'm trying to explain this to so many people. Like they'll start the argument about like agnostic versus atheist. Like, dude, it's the answer to one question. Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Same team then. Move on.
Absolutely.
Just move on.
That's it. That's all there is to it. It's not some grand philosophy. Philosophy is like, that's how I feel about philosophy.
Sure. Yeah.
It's actually how I feel about philosophy.
Absolutely, it is. Mate, there's only one club. It's a club of humanity. There's only one cult. That's a cult of humanity. It's about all of us together. Like, it doesn't matter. Atheist, agnostic, blah, 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 religious, whatever. Like, we're just people. I guess if we could all sort of revolve around trying to find out objective truth and knowing what's real and accepting that and taking that on board, it's going to lead us towards a better place. Absolutely, because you would lose all of those shitty ideas that come from religion, because it's obviously not true. But, you know, that they are just all people the same as us. And that's the main thing. We are just humans. We're just people. So,
well, we're all living our own reality, too, because we've each got a different perspective. And what your perspective is your reality. So it's hard to see from another person's perspective. And
absolutely. Well, that's where the open mind comes in, I suppose.
The whole us versus them thing is what's going to be the end of us all. If we can't work together,
tribalism.
Yeah, if we can't work together, then we're doomed.
Yeah, absolutely. Ganna, anything you want to shill about what's coming up? What are you doing?
I've been a ghost on social media lately. I've had a lot of personal.
You've had a lot of personal. I know that. Yeah.
I want to get back into it. I've been doing more traditional artwork. I'm slowly working back into coming into social media, YouTube, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so nothing really exciting, but yeah.
But you're such a talent and a personality. Like, I love seeing you on there. Like,
I miss doing it so much. I just haven't been in the right headspace.
I get it. Yeah, I know you've had some personal stuff going on, so yeah, I wouldn't want to push that, but I'm just interested to know if you got things coming up and if you're going to get back on the channel and put some of your lovely art.
I've been filming some vlogs. I'm still doing artwork, but I haven't posted anything yet. I'm hoping I'll get back into the game. Yeah. Right now I'm just coasting.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. And look, it's just lovely to have you here anyway. So, Jerome, shilling time, brother. What are you? What's going on?
So currently, yeah. So we got stuff boiling in the pot already, but so currently still working on Blatant Bars, a mixtape part 2. So we got more of that coming, and we actually just uploaded the song. Oh yes, this is what I was trying to say, Angie, about like just discarding all my old stuff.
Yeah.
Listening to this new one, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait to. But y'all see, you'll see. So I'm actually starting like more recording and uploading the comedy side, because for a while there I just got into just lecture mode. Like every idea I have is like, okay, nope, I got to talk about this. And just like when I'm writing stand up, that type 5 turns into a tight 20-minute video. It's like, shit. So I'm trying to get back into doing just short to the point comedy videos. So next week I may be doing open mic, and I most likely will upload that if I do it.
Cool.
But the big thing that I have coming up is on the 23rd of this month, I'm going to be co-hosting Truth Wanted on the ACA.
So, the front door. No.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Super excited.
That's awesome, mate. That's really good. Yeah.
That's one of the only ACA shows I still watch.
Yeah, I'll most definitely.
I love Truth Wanted.
Yeah, those guys on there are cool. Yeah, but it's great to hear you doing the live mic thing. Like, I'm curious to see how you go. But the thing is, Jerome, like with everything, it's experience, isn't it? So, like, it's being on stage. The more you do it, the more relaxed you're going to get with it. And, so I wouldn't put.
That's why I say I may upload it. We're gonna see how it goes.
We'll play that one by ear, just depending on what. Yeah. If there's zero laughter at all, maybe don't upload that one.
If I go up there and say, "Hey, he has no anus," all right, good night.
Just sits there like that.
You gotta say bunghole or something funnier than anus, like dookie hole, or like you really gotta make it a funny word. Because it just makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
That's my comedic opinion for what the fuck it's worth.
Because Angie's an expert in.
No.
I
I'm
would
an
not
expert at
believe.
laughing.
I
That's
would
why,
believe that you. Nah, I think you got it. You
me.
got it. You too quick with it. You too quick with it.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, that's awesome. And I
see what I'm saying.
I think I've listened to all your Blatant Bars. I haven't seen all of your other videos because there's lots there, and obviously you don't get time to go through everything. But Blatant Bars, I freaking love. It's probably because music as well, and the lyrics are just freaking awesome. So I'm looking forward to your new stuff that's coming up that you're talking about.
Anybody that hasn't seen because this is kind of how Blatant Bars came to be. The last video I uploaded was my 200 subscriber special.
Mm-hmm.
In that video, it's like 25 minutes long. It's so long, but in it there is a battle rap between Jesus and Satan.
And
of course, I play everybody.
It's badass.
So if you haven't seen it, check it out.
No, most definitely. And you know that idea that I sent you, Jerome, that song, you know the one I was talking about, like, because I'm a freaking maniac. I will approach Jacqueline Glenn. If you guys know who that is, I'm assuming that some of you do.
Yeah.
I
already wrote that part.
I'm to do a video. I'm going to approach Jacqueline Glenn, and I think it's a strong idea. So if you come up with a part for that,
I'm telling you, send me the music. I already wrote it. Yeah, I already wrote the part. Send me the music. I got you.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't have. It's probably going to be a rap. Yeah, we'll keep working on that. But yeah, look, there's cool ideas happening. But I love that, the God Satan thing. I love that whole conversation and that, those ideas. Like, it's so exciting.
It's a 2-part video, because the first video I started this weird thing called Blatheist Chats, and I'm interviewing Satan. The logo, it's weird because there's so many just inside jokes between me and me. Because Blatheist Chats is literally BBC.
I've seen some of those. Yeah.
It doesn't become a thing until the end of the video when I realize that my camp has set me up. Like I sold my soul to get this talk show, and Satan had me name it BBC. And it's like, oh, do you? Like, that's Big Black Cop, bro. Like you made me name my show Big Black Cop, bro. Like what do you? Why would you do this? I'm like, dude, I'm Satan. Duh, what the fuck? Like,
you say BBC, I think of the British broadcasting.
Exactly. That's why I said there's so many inside jokes between me and me.
Yeah, BBC probably has a number of different things,
so
but yeah.
I learned something new today. That's wonderful.
Oh no.
Yeah. I love that. That's so funny.
The more we know.
We should do this more often.
Yeah. No, the things you learn. Guys, yeah, so it's awesome. I guess yeah, we'll maybe finish up. So I've been doing it like for about an hour and a half. So chatting. And I wish there might have been some people in the chat, but it doesn't matter. It's just great to meet up because I've done stuff with all of you guys, and there's going to be more things in the future. So it's good just to sit and have a bit of a chat. And it's online now forever. Yeah. It's just going to be there on a YouTube channel. So
we'll come back and watch it later.
Yeah, exactly. Have a laugh. And I'd love to sit and do it again with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Anytime, say the word. Well, I can't say anytime because you're in the future, but.
Yeah, I'm in the future. So I will control things being in the future. I call it. It's my call, all right? Because I know what's happening. Yeah, look, no, it's awesome talking to you guys. And I suppose we'll just kind of finish up and let's all keep in touch. And keep doing stuff, being creative. Let's all be people together. We're all one. Unity, all of those things, you know?
Yes.
That's what it's all about. And we'll keep Utopia dreaming because that's what it's all about. Let's look towards a brighter future. We can do it, but we can only do it together. So
come on,
yeah. Seriously, what are you trying to do?
I'm sorry, but we need them. We're never going to get along.
Hey, we can only try. Yeah, thanks, guys. So I'm going to end this, and we'll be backstage for about a minute, and then it kind of cuts off after a minute. So
it does.
I'll catch back there. Thanks for being here, peoples. Love you all, and we'll catch you in the next one.